Hello everyone, welcome to Oliveboard. My name is Dinkar and I welcome you all in this session. I hope everybody is doing great, feeling healthy and fine. Once again, welcome to our PIB session, that is a morning dose of PIB session that we do every day. And welcome again to the session. And as you all know that every day we are coming out with some of the important news regarding the PIB. So that is why we have again come up with the morning dose of what has happened yesterday and all the important related information and data with all of you. So this is a very important news analysis session of the PIB because whenever we are discussing this, we are actually finding out what is happening with the government and and whenever we are looking for that, we are making sure that you understand all these news with the help of the MCQs. So that is why we are putting all the things all together with news analysis MCQ so that you understand the news along with the MCQ so that you do not forget the news that has been coming over here. So this is very important as per the exam point of view because whenever we are discussing this, exactly we are looking what government is doing and what are the important things that government wanted to make in the country. So that is why whenever any government examination paper is coming, so government asks something which is related to their own things. So that is why this is very important, this PIB session. So I'm just expecting that everybody to remain very attentive in the session and they should make the maximum use out of this session. Okay. So may I know how many people are there in the session so that I can know they can just wave off to me or they can just say hi, hello to me in this in the chat box, and then we can just simply start off with our session. May I know how many people are there in the session? Okay, so we can just simply start off with our first question. Yeah, recently in Rozgar Mela 2, dash offer letters has been given to the youths. Manoj, good morning to you. A very good morning to you. Recently in Rozgar Mela 2, dash offer letters has been given to youth. How many offer letter has been given to the youths? I know the answer. 51,000, 61,000, 71,000, or 81,000. How many offer letter has been given into the Rozgar Mela 2 offer letter that has been given to youths in the second Rozgar Mela? If you have any uh, guess or any kind of thing that if you know that answer of that question, you can just simply say that. How many offer letters have been given under the Pradhan Mantri Rozgar Mela 2? Guys, please remain participative in the session because your participation is only is a must for the success of this series. Because if you are not participating, then we will be thinking that you do not need all these sessions. So we have to then think of some different way. So if you are participating, then we will continue this series. So we just please make sure that you take the maximum use of this session because we take a lot of hard work in preparing this session especially for you so that you do not have to go and read all these things and you will just get simply all the things at one go. Fine. So the answer of this question is C, that is 71,000. This one. Yeah, 71,000 offer letters have been given. Yeah, 71,000 offer letters have been given to the youths in the second Rozgar Mela. Okay. Now, the second question is dash jobs is the target under the Rozgar Mela. How many job target is there under the Rozgar Mela? Dash jobs target is the job target in the Rozgar Mela. 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 50 lakhs, or 15 lakhs. How many jobs they wanted to give under the Rozgar Mela in a year? Dash jobs is the target under the Rozgar Mela. How many jobs they have to give to the youths of the country under the Rozgar Mela for a year? How many jobs they wanted to give? 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 50 lakhs, or 15 lakhs. How many jobs they wanted to give under the Rozgar Mela? So Manoj is saying A, that is 10 lakhs. Anybody else who is there in the session, they can also participate in the session by giving an answer to this question. Anybody who wanted to give answer to this question? Okay, so the answer for this question is A, that is 10 lakh jobs is the target under the Rozgar Mela. Hello Deepika, welcome to the session. Good to see you here. So both of you are correct. Deepika and Manoj, both of you are correct over here. So appointment letters handed over to 71,000 youths under the Rozgar Mela 2, and under this only Karma Yogi Prarambh Karma Yogi Prarambh module is also launched. So what is the meaning of Karma Yogi Prarambh, that we will be also understanding. So under the Rozgar Mela 2, 71,000 youths have been given offer letter using a video conferencing by the Prime Minister. And in addition, the Prime Minister has also launched the Karma Yogi Prarambh. Okay, so what is this Karma Yogi Prarambh? It is a online orientation course for all fresh recruits. So please make a note of it, guys. Please make a note of it. If you are taking notes, please write down in a short notes, as a short notes, like Karma Yogi Prarambh module is a online orientation course for all the fresh recruits. Okay, so as you all know that India is opening a huge amount of opportunities, self-employment, from space to the drone areas, and there is a all good around opportunities throughout there, and it has been created for the youth, because in the last 2 3 years there is a huge amount of opportunities that has been created in the space field, drone field. That means from the space to the minute things, everywhere the opportunities are getting created. And the Prime Minister is saying we have a double engine government, where government at the center and the state are also working together, and jobs fair are very organized, and they will help in empowering the youths of the country. And that is why central government is giving top priority to invest in their talents and energy in the nation building. So government is asking that we will be providing you the job, please provide your all energy and talents for the nation building. So this is the Karma Yogi Prarambh. It is a special course that is prepared for government employees. So you should know that this Karma Yogi Prarambh is a special course prepared for only government employees. So this will be telling like it's an orientation program. So you got an offer letter, and from there you will get some orientation before going into the actual job. Okay, so here you will be telling about the skill development. So from here you will be getting a lot of benefit, like simply you are going into the office and you don't know what is going to be there. So that is why the orientation program tells us like if you are joining over here, what exactly you are required to do, what you are not required to do. Okay, so as you all know that during the COVID-19 pandemic, there was a huge kind of issues that has been facing youth, because youths were not getting proper education, youths were not getting proper jobs. So that is why government has started these are the difficult times, and we have to remain optimistic about the time. And government is saying that we are running PLI scheme. PLI scheme is production linked incentives. PLI is production production link incentives. Okay, so that means if any industry, any factory, or anybody is doing production, and they are doing good amount of production, based on that they will be getting the incentive of the government. The more the production, more the incentive they are going to get. Okay, so this PLI scheme is working in all the majorly all the fields, and slowly government is opening this PLI scheme for the other sector also. And this PLI scheme is going to generate around 60 lakhs jobs in the near future. Okay, so we are running our Make in India campaign. That is the first one. We are doing vocal for local. That means everybody should buy the local products, and then we will have to bring this local product to the global level. Okay, so this all three things will be creating opportunities as employment and even the self-employment. And government is also running various type of, like around 80,000 startups are being providing jobs to the youth of our country. So India is going to be the first they have to around 80,000 startups are going to give various type of jobs to these people. So this is like a private jobs. Okay, so government is saying that we cannot give jobs to everybody. Government cannot provide 3 4 crores of jobs to everybody. everybody has to look for the jobs in the other field also, like various type of places, like everywhere the jobs are being created, startups are not being created. Okay, so Swamit scheme is there. We are running our defense sector schemes are there, medicine field, pesticides fields, everybody else. And these are the some of the important fields that have gone important in the near future. Okay, even as you all know that we are in the last two classes we have studied about the launch of the space rocket. We have studied about the launch of the space rocket, that is Vikram S, right? Vikram S is a private sector company who has first launched the private company who has just launched a rocket. So there also the private person, they have got a job, startups has been formed. Okay, so there also the jobs are getting created. Okay, then we have a process of recruiting 75,000 youths every month, and that the target of our is around 10 lakh people we wanted to recruit for the government jobs. And government cannot provide employment to everybody, and this is not a solution for getting the employment. People have to look for employment in various other fields. As you all know that we are running Make in India, Skill India, Stand Up India, Startup India programs, and there all jobs opportunities are getting created. So people do not have to simply look for the government job only, they have to look for other fields also where they can do a good amount of work. Okay, around 8 crore sisters, women, are earning their livelihood through self-help group. They are earning the using the self-help groups, SSG. We call that as SHG, self-help groups. And the main task is that the main important thing that we wanted to note regarding these people is that they are being getting loan, and there is a very less rate of NPA, non-performing asset, only less than 2%. Okay, thousands of startups are coming, and these startups are employing 5 to 10 people, but they are running at a very efficient rate. So this is why we are moving in the right direction, and everybody has to move, and youths have to take the jobs in all the field possible. They should not simply look for the government job, they have to look for all other fields which is opening for them. Okay, now the third question today. India recently signed an economic cooperation and trade agreement, that is ECTA, with which country? Japan, Australia, United Kingdom, or South Korea? India recently signed an economic cooperation and trade agreement with which of the country? Japan, Australia, United Kingdom, or South Korea? Yeah, first of all, they have to clear the examination. Obviously, they have to clear the examination, then only they will get that offer letter. Okay. Simply government will not give offer letter to people. Okay. So what is the answer of this question? India recently has signed economic cooperation and trade agreement with which country? Japan, Australia, United Kingdom, or South Korea? With which country India has recently signed economic cooperation and trade agreement? ECTA. India recently has signed an economic cooperation and trade agreement with which country? Japan, Australia, United Kingdom, or South Korea? Please answer the question fast. Please answer the question fast. Recently, India has signed economic cooperation and trade agreement with which of the country? Japan, Australia, United Kingdom, or South Korea? So Deepika is saying UK. Okay. Manoj is saying Australia. Okay. Anybody else who's there who wanted to attempt the question? Anybody else who wanted to attempt the question? I think lots of people are there. They can also attempt the question. So the answer of this question is B. That is Australia. Australia. Okay. So Shri Goyal, Piyush Goyal urged steel industry to make, why that is in news is that because in Shri Piyush Goyal urged steel industry to make best use of India Australia ECTA, and they can take up good opportunities in the Australian market. So what is this all Indian Australia ECTA is all about? As you all know that there is also good amount of agreement that are happening into the various countries. So as per the country, we are expecting that we should take the production of our steel by 3 times. We wanted to increase the production of the steel by 3 times. Okay, so that is why Piyush Goyal is urging the various eminent institutions so that to find the alternative solution to the coking coal, because for the steel industry, coking coal is required, and we normally import this. We normally import this, so that is why we wanted to find out some of the alternative solution for our steel industry, so that we should do import substitution so that we can prepare the coking coal in our own country. Okay, so Indian Australia economic cooperation is a very important task, and this Indian Australian economic trade agreement has been passed by the Australian Parliament also. And as you all know that India and Australia have a very cordial relationship, and that would helping them driving the growth of the various countries. And as you all know that we are exporting our steel to Australia, and after the signing of this ECTA, our export to Australia will become duty free. Okay, whatever steel we are exporting to Australia, that will become duty free, and that is the opportunities that we have got, so that we can utilize the maximum opportunity of that, and so that we can get a 3x growth in the per capita steel consumption in our country. Okay, so as you all various stakeholders are there in the steel industries, and we are getting a good amount of export earning from there. We are getting some of the good export earning from there. And as you all know that India steel is a very important steel and a very high quality steel that world is using, because it is utilized in various other countries. Okay, India is a good quality steel producer, and India's steel is utilized in engines, valves, and various other places. So that means that Indian quality of the steel is very, very high. Okay, so there is a very good amount of contribution in the manufacturing of the essential equipments. Steel industry have done a very immense contribution in the equipment making, like medical devices, supplying liquid medical oxygen during corona time. During corona time, the steel industry utilizes the oxygen, so the because at that time factories were shut off, so that is why they were producing liquid medical oxygen for the COVID treatment. And all these companies are producing in order to prioritize the liquid medical oxygen during the corona time. And we have a target, to achieve 300 million tons of steel production by 2030. Okay, so India already have a large domestic market. We already have a cost competitiveness with other countries. We are also utilizing the modern technologies, and there is a wide range of product, wide range of domestic iron, and all these things are already present in our country. It is just like we have to take the opportunities and make it real for us. Okay, we have already released the national steel policy in 2017, and India has become the second largest producer of the steel. Okay, and government is doing a very good amount of efforts to protect Indian steel. How? India is running a campaign that is called Melt and Pour. Melt and Pour uh, uh, effort are being done by the government in our provision, our FTA. So whenever we are signing any free trade agreement with any country, whenever we are signing any free trade agreement with any country, we are asking that you have to come under the melt and pour concept. Okay, what is the melt and pour concept? It is like that only steel that is produced locally in those country can be imported in India. Okay, it is like that if we have Australia, and if we have here India. Okay, and if we have China over here. Okay, so China is selling steel to Australia, and Australia selling steel to India. So this is not acceptable. This is not acceptable. If the steel is produced locally in Australia, that only can be imported. It is not like that Australia is importing the steel from China and then Australia is selling to us. No. It is like any steel that is produced locally in that country, that only can be imported. Okay. But there is an issue that is there in our country, is that we have a lack of coking coal. Coking coal is utilized in the steel industry. So that is a major challenge, and we are importing most of the coking coal. Okay. So, and even the India's per capita steel consumption is also very, very low, and we need around 3x growth, 3 times growth in the real of that global average, so that once the steel production goes high, that means the country is moving towards the development path. Okay, as you all know that we are going to the rising electric vehicle auto market is been increasing. Okay, and various other places, the potential business are increasing, aluminum industry is increasing. Okay, so that is why we are running various type of scheme, and again PLI scheme is working the steel, that is production link incentive. The more the production, the more incentive you are going to get. Okay, now this is what is all about trade booster. India, whenever you are signing the ECTA with any country, we have signed ECTA with Australia. So what India gains? Immediately nil duty. Immediately you will have a nil duty on 96.4% of your exports, and no duty on textile, leather, furniture, sports and goods and jewelry, and phasing out to zero duty on remaining 130 tariff lines. Okay, then in the and what the Australia is going to gain? Immediately nil duty on 85% of Australian export. Okay, so this is like that. Both the places are gaining by reducing their export to duty on the export to zero. Okay, and limited quotas for oranges, mango, mandarin, almonds, pears, and cotton, and there will be a tariff line in 3 to 10 years. Okay, no or very low duty tariff lines to India. Okay, so both the countries are going to win under this situation. Now, question number four. Question number four. Indo-Pacific Regional Dialogue was conceptualized by. Indo-Pacific Regional Dialogue IPRD was conceptualized by Indian Navy, US Navy, Japanese Navy, Royal Navy. Who has conceptualized this? Indo-Pacific Regional Dialogue IPRD was conceptualized by who? Indian Navy, US Navy, Japanese Navy or Royal Navy? Indo-Pacific Regional Dialogue IPRD was conceptualized by who? Okay, Manoj is saying A, that is Indian Navy. Anybody else who have to give an answer to that question? Indo-Pacific Regional Dialogue was conceptualized by who? Indo-Pacific Regional Dialogue was conceptualized by Deepika is saying A. Fine. So the answer of this question is A, that is Indian Navy. Very good. Okay. So Indo-Pacific Regional Dialogue is going to be conducted from 23rd to 25th November. That is means from today to 25th of November 2022. So this is an apex level international annual conference of Indian Navy. Okay. So main task is that we wanted to have an engagement at a strategic level. Okay. So the National Maritime Foundation in Navy is the knowledge partner, and they are only the chief organizer of each edition. What is happening in this is that they are seeking and foster exchange of ideas over here, exchange of ideas, and how they can do a regionally, how they can discuss the maritime issues at the real time. Okay, so we wanted to have a very balanced representation from the government and non-governmental agencies and institutions. So here we are looking for the people from the government and non-governmental agencies. So the first two edition of the IPRD are happened in 2018 and 19, but in 2020 it was cancelled because of the COVID outbreak. Okay, so every year we are doing this kind of conferences, and this year the theme of IPRD is operationalizing the Indo-Pacific Ocean Initiative, IPOI. Okay, so we have also articulated this at the Bangkok and the 14th East Asia Summit, and this is a totally inclusive construct of the regional cooperation that we wanted to do, and there is a various type of pillars under that, interconnected pillars are that we wanted to discuss. First is maritime security, and second is maritime ecology, third one is maritime resources, fourth thing is disaster risk reduction, and fifth one is management, trade, connectivity and maritime transport, then capacity building, then resource sharing, science and technology and academic cooperation. So everywhere whatever is related to maritimes, whatever is related to maritime, we are all discussing this in these conferences. Okay, so Indian Navy is leading this, and Indian Navy is deeply invested in this whole issues. And this year we are running this IPRD 2022, and this will be over the Indo-Pacific Ocean initiative that we wanted to take, with particular but not exclusively focus on the pillars of maritime security. So here we are not totally focusing on maritime security. Maritime security will be a part of it, but we are not deeply talking about that. We will be talking about the other issues as well. Okay. So the sixth thematic arrangement session, what is going to be there? Sixth thematic arrangement will be weaving the fabric of holistic maritime security. Okay, that is the first one. Then constructing holistic security bridges across the western and eastern maritime expenses. That's the second one. Third one is building maritime connectivity. That is the port, trade, and transport. That is the third one. Then fourth one, capacity building, capability enhancement, and the physical and social science. That is the fourth one. Then fifth one, practical approach to the regional blue economy, how we are going to deal with the fishes and economies. Then sixth one is disaster risk reduction and of the vulnerable littoral states. So this is the sixth thematic arrange session. So all these six sessions will be discussed and how we are going to help in all these fields. Okay, fine. So now IPRD was first conceptualized by Indian Navy in 2018. Okay, and this has been organized by the National Maritime Foundation. This is an annual dialogue. Okay, the main aim of this is to attention to the Indo-Pacific region from Indian Ocean, that is the African coast, towards the American coast. Okay, where we will be discussing regarding the maritime geographical entities, and we will be talking about the relevance of this whole regional geopolitics. Okay, now question number 5. Global partnership in artificial intelligence was launched on June 15, 2020, August 15, 2020, September 15, 2020, December 15, 2020. June, global partnership in artificial intelligence, we also called it as GPAI. We also called it as GPAI. Global Partnership in Artificial Intelligence was launched on June 15, August 15, September 15, December 15. May I know the answer of that question? May I know the answer of that question? Global Partnership in Artificial Intelligence was launched by. Are you surprised that from where all these questions are coming? Huh? This is how we make questions over here. I think you are totally new to all these questions. Global Partnership in Artificial Intelligence was launched on. May I know the answer? Global Partnership in Artificial Intelligence was launched on. People can give wild guesses also. Nobody, no, do not worry about that. Whether you are going to do right, whether you are going to do wrong, just don't worry about that. You can give some wild guesses also. Okay, so the answer to this question is B. Sorry, I think no, I think I have misplaced that. The answer of this question over here is A. That is June 15. Okay, that is June 15, 2020. Yes, the answer of this question is June 15, 2020. Now, question number 6 over here. Global Partnership in Artificial Intelligence has currently dash members. How many members are there? Under GPAI, how many members are there? Under GPAI, how many members are there? 20, 34, 25, 15. How many members are there in the GPAI? Global Partnership in Artificial Intelligence has currently how many members? Deepika is saying A, that is 20. Anybody else who wanted to give an answer to this question? Okay, fine. The answer of this question is C. That is 25 members are there. 25 members are there. Okay. Now, Dash has assumed the chairmanship of Global Partnership in Artificial Intelligence. Who has assumed the chairmanship of Global Partnership in Artificial Intelligence? Indonesia, India, Australia, or Japan? Who has assumed the chairmanship of Global Partnership in Artificial Intelligence? Indonesia, India, Australia, or Japan? Who has assumed the chairmanship of Global Partnership in Artificial Intelligence? Indonesia, India, Australia, or Japan? Manoj is saying B, Deepika is saying B. Okay, so the answer for this question is, oh, I think I just misplaced that. Sorry. Answer is B. I have to change that. Answer is B, that is India. Answer is B, that is India. Okay. Now, India has called the GPAI members. India has called the GPI members, that is Global Partnership for Artificial Intelligence, to come together and to prevent the user harms. Okay, as you all know that artificial intelligence is a very evolving field, and it is creating a good amount of benefits. At the same time, there is a good amount of misuse also that is going to be there. So that is why data governance, to prevent the user harm and safety of both internet and artificial intelligence, the summit has been happened. So from India side, Rajiv Chandrasekhan has represented India virtually at Tokyo, and he has assumed as a chair of GPAI. Okay, and here we wanted to support the responsible human-centric development. As you all know that the government has given the vision to the world in the G20 summit regarding the Vasudeva Kutumbakam. Okay, Vasudeva Kutumbakam, the world is a family. Okay, so they have talked about the governance and the democracy that throughout the world we are facing, so that everywhere the people are benefiting from, the millions of Indian citizens are benefiting from the open source internet, open source artificial intelligence, so that we wanted to prevent the misuse of this area. Okay, so that is why we wanted to develop a very common framework. Okay, we wanted to create a good amount of skills and talents around the artificial intelligence. Okay, so that India can lead on that. Okay, we wanted to have a collaborative research, we wanted to create center of excellence that we wanted to create, and we wanted to make sure that we should create that kind of infrastructure so that it cannot be misused by anybody. Okay, so GPAI is having 25 member countries, including US, UK, European Union, Australia, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, Mexico, New Zealand, Republic of Korea, and Singapore. India has joined in 2020. Okay, as a founding member, and we are partnering with international organization, experts from the industries, civil societies, government, academic peoples, to promote to promote the evolution of artificial intelligence, and we can have a responsible behavior towards the artificial intelligence, so that we can utilize this for the better use of the human society in the field of human rights, proper inclusion, diversity, innovation, and economic growth. Okay, now, question number 8. As per the Climate Change Performance Index, CCPI 2023, India ranks 4th, 6th, 8th, or 10th. As per the Climate Change Performance Index, CCPI 2023, India ranks what? 4th, 6th, 8th, or 10th? As per Climate Change Performance Index, India has got a rank of 4th, 6th, 8th, or 10th. What is the Indian ranking in the Climate Change Performance Index? May I know the answer of that question? Manoj is saying C, that is 8th. Okay. Uh, Anybody else who have an answer to that question? As per Climate Change Performance Index, CCPI, India ranks what? Okay, so the answer for this question is C, that is 8th. Okay, that is 8th rank India has got, but there is a good amount of something very important thing that I wanted to tell over here. So India has jumped 2 spot higher. India has jumped 2 spot higher and now ranked 8th in the climate change performance index. And India is among the top 5 performing countries. So now you will get confused, right? If India is a top 5 country, then why India has got 8th rank? Then why India has got 8th rank? India might have got the rank from 1 to 5th, right? So if India has got the top 5 rank, so why India rank is 8th? Okay. So now India is at the best among the G20 countries regarding the climate change performance index. That means India is doing a very good amount of effort in mitigating the climate change. India has improved 2 ranks. Recently, the climate change performance index has been released in COP27, which was going at Sharm el Sheikh in Egypt, and 59 countries participated in European Union on climate change. So, India has been ranked the top 5 countries in the world, and it is among the best among the G20 countries. That means India is on the top of the G20 countries as per the climate change performance index, and India has got a rank of 8th. Okay, right? So, Denmark, Sweden, Chile, Morocco were the only 4 small countries that were ranked above India. Okay, Denmark has got the 4th rank, Sweden has got the 5th rank, Chile has got the 6th rank, and Morocco has got the 7th rank, and India has got the 8th rank. So now the thing, yes, first, second, and third rank were not given to any country. Okay, that is why India ranked the best. No country performed well enough in all the indexes. Okay, no country has performed well in all the indexes to achieve any overall high ranking in the rating. That is why the first 3 ranks were kept blank, remain empty. Okay, so the ranking has been given from 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. So among that, India has been the top G20 country. Okay, so place India only on the G20 country in the top 10 ranks. Okay, so what is this climate change performance index is like? We are this report is being published to check the transparencies in the international climate politics. Comparison is done along with the various countries. So the first it was published annually since 2005. So this is a totally independent monitoring tool that checks, they tackle the climate protection performance of 59 countries and European Union. Okay, so there is a good amount of debate, public and political debates happening, and there are around 59 countries plus one European Union. They together counts for 92% of the global greenhouse gas emission. These 59 countries plus European these 59 countries together counts for 92% of the global greenhouse emissions. Okay, so 4 categories are there: greenhouse gas emissions 40% of the overall use, renewable energy 20%, energy use 20%, and climate policy 20. So if any country is doing best in all categories, then only the person should get the first rank. Okay, so weightage has been given. So based on this, the ranking is being given. Okay, so India has earned the high rating in the greenhouse gas emission and energy use category. Okay, that means we are reducing greenhouse gas to a very fastest way, and even we are utilizing the use of energy category. That means we are expanding the scope of renewable energy. Okay, and we got a medium ranking for climate policy and renewable energy. Okay, so the aggressive policy of India, we are moving towards deployment of the renewable, and the robust framework that we have utilizing has a good impact, and that is why India is on the track to meet our 2030 goals. Okay, India is on the track to achieve the 2030 goals. India has already said that we will be 2.5 to 3 billion tons of the carbon dioxide emission we will be absorbing. Okay, and 40% of the energy production will be coming from the non-fossil fuels. Okay, so yeah, so this place only G20, India is on the top of that country. Okay, now the last news for today is the KVIC has distributed 600 B boxes 600 B boxes has been distributed by the KVIC chairman in the backward and tribal dominant district for self-employment. For self-employment. So KVIC is denoting Khadi Village and Industrial Commission. So they have taken a very good leap by putting the concept of Atmanirbhar Bharat. So that is why they have distributed the B boxes to the backward and the tribal dominant community, and under that they wanted to provide creating local employment using honey mission, using honey mission. So chairman of the Khadi Village and Industrial Commission is Sri Manoj Kumar ji. They have distributed 100 B boxes to in Madhya Pradesh, 200 uh, uh, honey boxes in Chhattisgarh state, and then 300 B boxes in the Maharashtra region. Okay, so as you all know that Prime Minister main flagship schemes are self-reliant India. So Khadi flagship idea is self-reliant India, and at the same side, KVIC has identified the various places where they wanted to provide all these B boxes, and they are also providing the training to all these people for the beneficiary for the better use of this B boxes. Okay, uh, beekeeping is all aligned with the Prime Minister Atmanirbhar Bharat Yojana, that we were providing the promotion of the local industries. Okay, vocal for local, providing local employment to the people, and this beekeeping will also increase the production of the honey in our country. At the same time, it will increase the income of the farmers, and it will also increase the income of the beekeeping people. Okay, at the same time we'll be creating bee waxes, pollen, propolis, royal jelly, everything will be created and that can be marketed to the world. Okay, so using this honey mission, we are aiming at generating the employment for tribal youths, tribal women, those who are unemployed and those who wanted some kind of work. And right now KVIC has distributed 1,75,509 B boxes, when with this 600 boxes that has come into 1,76,209 B boxes have been distributed. Okay, so what is KVIC? KVIC is a statutory body, okay, of the Indian Constitution, and they comes under the Ministry of MSME ministry they comes under. Okay, and KVIC established under the KVIC Act of 1956, and it has been amended twice in 1965, and it is a constitutional, statutory and quasi-judicial body. The main objective of this is that to boost employment, okay, promotion of the sale of khadi articles, and self-reliance. And self-reliance is the main task of that. Then under KVIC, we are also running some other schemes like Spurti schemes we are running. Okay, it was launched in 2015 for cluster development of the traditional industries. Main objective is again that employment we have to create, sales we wanted to increase, capacity building, cluster governance, and traditional industry we wanted to protect over there under this Spurti scheme. And KVIC PMEGP, Pradhan Mantri Employment Generation Program. Pradhan Mantri Employment Generation Program, we wanted to provide credit linked subsidy for generating employment. We wanted to set up micro enterprises in the non-farm sector. Non-farm sector in the rural and urban area, it was set up in 2008, and it is a central sector scheme where government is only providing all the central government is providing all the money for the functioning of this scheme. Okay, so guys, this is all for today. Thank you so much for joining the session. As you all know that we are running our RBI Grade B 2023 mentorship batch. 100 seats are there and seats are filling very fast. Please join this series because you will get a dedicated mentor, complete study plan material and customized study plan you will be getting. So make sure that you join this mentorship batch as soon as possible, because after 100 seats we will not be able to provide much other seats because these are very limited seats and we have a very limited mentors who will be helping you out in this. So that is why we are giving seats only for till 100, and after that we will be closing out this mentorship batch, and all those 100 people will get an extra benefit of joining the sessions. Okay, so guys, thank you so much for joining the session. Have a great day ahead. I will be seeing you today in the evening at 9 p.m. Today at 9 p.m. I will be seeing where I will be doing the live mint session. I will be doing. Okay, so guys, thank you so much for joining the session. Have a great day ahead.